Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Revopoint Pop 3D scanner. Now, Revopoint already has a wide range of 3D scanners on the market. They reached out and asked if I'd be interested in taking a look at what they're about to launch on Kickstarter. So the Revopoint Pop essentially is an HD 3D scanner with color texture capability aimed at 3D printing. And the kit you're about to see, I believe, is going to launch at least on Kickstarter in the early bird capacity at roughly $200 US and eventually retail for $500. Now here's the list of what actually came in this package. Remember, no retail packaging. The Kickstarter hasn't even begun. So we're going to see the pop scanner, a turntable, a holder tripod, a turntable power cord, a Maker Point sample sculpture, black gloves, USB data and power cable, and USB drive and software user manual. So let's go ahead and start to get things out of the packaging. Let's start with the box that I cut the tape on but haven't actually taken a look at. I believe this is the physical turntable and the power brick. So let's go ahead and move this to the side. And this is, as described in the list I just gave you, where you're going to place your objects for 3D scanning. So pretty straightforward. You can see that right there. The power cord plugs in right here. You have a power switch right here. And then once that's ready to go, this turntable will allow the Pop 3D scanner to scan the piece that you're putting there, whatever it may be. Again, not just scanning it in terms of the physical object, but also the color, texture, all of those things. And at a price that, well, frankly, is unheard of. Now, because traditionally 3D scanners range from anywhere from, $500 to several $1,000s, depending on their application. So they're saying these are for smartphone accessories, no use until the APK is ready. So just some Ulanzi products to hold a smartphone. Not going to look at that. Let's take a look at the scanner itself, which I assume is in here. And it's also really small, which is another benefit of the whole point of this project. It's to make 3D scanners that are portable, affordable. I just rhymed and didn't mean to, but it makes sense. And we're going to see right now what this little pop scanner actually looks like. Very small. I think this is it right here. And yes, it is really, really small. I mean, look at that. So this is the whole unit. So essentially a depth camera that scans is basically what this is, which is pretty cool. It uses a USB 3 cable, something you don't see too much of anymore, right? But I believe that's the power button. And it's just labeled as a 3D handheld scanner. So very cool. It has a 1/4-20 mount on the bottom, which is why they include a little tripod for it with ball head. Again, Ulanzi is the accessory company that they're using for all of these things, which I'm not surprised. I mean, I've covered Ulanzi products in the past. So basically there you have your little setup. And then, of course, the actual physical power cable and see, this is interesting. So it's a USB 3 connection, but they're giving us actual pin connectors to tie it in to make sure the connection doesn't pull out. Very thick, seems to be a quality cable, and it should be. It needs the throughput, the bandwidth to actually handle all of this. So let's move this to the side and take a look at what else they've included. So we already see the actual pop scanner, as I mentioned. We see the turntable, the holder and tripod there, the turntable power cord right here. So now this has to be where we get to the gloves and essentially the software and user manual and the sample sculpture. So let's see. This has to be the sample sculpture, and it is. And the whole idea here is that I'm going to be able to test it, right, and see whether or not this thing can really scan an object of choice. In this case, they've given us a sample object, which makes sense. Being that my other half is the far more creative one, I think she's going to have a lot of fun with this device. But so pretty straightforward that you're going to set up this sample sculpture and then use the Revopoint Pop scanner to scan it. Now, in this other package here of goodies, this is where I presume our black gloves, you know, all of that action is. Let's take a look. Trying to get it out. I don't want to damage anything. It was really stuffed in here, as well as all applicable tools that we'll need in the process of utilizing this. So, we've got latex gloves, as mentioned. Interesting. These are from Korea, even though everything here seems to be from China. Interesting. These little guys, I'm assuming have something to do with mapping whatever you're scanning, but I'm not really sure. Then it looks like we've got a jump drive here. So I'm going to have to figure out what all of this stuff does. I mean, it's hopefully the included information actually helps. This looks like we've got some plastic garbage bags. And then this looks like it says hold screws to screwdriver. So this looks like tack, like blue tack. You know, the sticky stuff that will allow you to adhese things. And then finally, we have a warranty card, but I don't see any instructions. So this is going to be interesting. Don't see any instructions here. Did I miss them in the pop scanner box? No. So it looks like at this current state, I am going to have to reach out to Revopoint and tell them I didn't actually get instructions, because we have the little list of the packing list, but so I'm assuming this is the software right here and user manual are probably on this jump drive. So that's what I'll have to take a look at, because that's what makes sense here. Again, because we've got the black gloves, we've got the power cable, the data cable, the sculpture, the turntable, and the scanner. It's a really cool little kit. The question is, will it work? And if it does, anyone at home who wants to start 3D printing their artwork or models or anything they've designed or created and want to sell, this is the beginning of a very affordable way of doing so. Now, taking this to use it for, you know, scanning things like in the world of architecture, structures, that's not what this is designed for. Again, it's for the end user and making 3D scanning an affordable and portable solution that traditionally, of course, otherwise wouldn't be possible. So pretty cool. Again, the Revopoint Pop 3D scanner. I'll get to testing this out with the little bust here we have of, I think that is supposed to be Caesar. I mean, at any rate, again, this should retail eventually for $500, but the Kickstarter, which I will include a link in the description, should be $200 US or $199 for the early bird special. But this is just a first look. I'm going to test this thing out and I will follow up. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button, and as usual, please feel free to subscribe and please stay safe. Later.